Duke Nukem is finally here for the Evercade, and here is the Collection 1, which includes Duke Nukem 1 and 2 fully remastered, rebuilt from the ground up for the Evercade. That has me excited, as I think I'm going to be a fan of those games more than anything else. But it also includes a version of Duke Nukem 3D Total Meltdown. I'm going to talk about that in a bit. And it talks about Duke Nukem. This is an important franchise. It came out, I think, the first one in 1991, and it was groundbreaking as, you know, an action platformer for DOS. And you know what? It's a little bit before my time playing the PC port, so playing this now, super excited, as I know this was a big, huge PC hit, and includes both Duke Nukem 1 and 2. And what's really cool is there's a mode where you can play the original releases. I think that's really important, that you can play this as it was back in the day. 3 episodes with the first Duke Nukem 1. And you know what? Here it is. And this is the remastered version. And it's pretty sweet. You know, you go around and can collect multiple different items. It's kind of a collectathon. These types of games remind me of like a Turrican, which came out a year before. But you know what? You're going to have your favorites. Did you remember playing this back in the day? Let me know your experiences. I do believe it was shareware, and it was a huge hit. But yes, the remastered version looks and plays great. This is the reason to pick up this collection, I think. As, you know what, it's just an awesome experience. And, you know, these types of classic action platformers, you know, this is my jam. Also, you know, I know Duke, these have been ported to everything. I didn't know that they were ported to, I do believe, Game Boy Color. And that's something I need to check out. You know, I don't know if I've played many different versions of this game, but experiencing it here, the best version, I think, from what I hear, this is the way to experience it. I'm so happy that they did this. It's a perfect fit for the Evercade. And you know what? Really happy to see this. You have, you know, completion stats, all the hidden secrets, keys. Definitely really cool that you can go. There's lots of replayability, huge levels too. And so that's Duke Nukem 1. Duke Nukem 2 is 4 times as big. It's 4 episodes. It has a lot more color. It almost took 2 years to complete the original. Different difficulty settings, pretty funny. And if you like the original Duke Nukem, you're going to love this, as this is just a lot more to it. I'm pretty terrible playing this game. I found that there's many things in the background that can damage you. Luckily, you have a health bar. I just need to play this one more. Again, another game that I didn't play too much back in the day. This came out originally in 1993, and another huge hit. And, you know, for me, my journey with Duke Nukem started with the 3D game. But you know what? You're going to have your own memories. Maybe this is new for you, but, you know, Duke Nukem was a huge franchise, made lots of money. And you know what? But I think the 2D originals get overlooked, and it's really nice that Evercade has these, and it's a remastered versions, but you can play the original releases just with a click of a button. I love when companies do that. Absolutely fantastic, and I think it's a strength of this collection. I think for sure Duke Nukem 1 and 2 is a reason to pick up this collection, as I think it's just it's a great fit and something. I'm capturing footage on the Evercade Versus, by the way, as I think that this probably will be best served on the Versus, as I know that multiplayer is an important feature of Duke Nukem. And you know what, I still think that 1 and 2 Remastered is the highlight of this collection. Now, then there's Duke Nukem 3D Total Meltdown, which is probably what many people grew up with. This is the PlayStation version of that. I do wish that it would do a better job at stating that in the manual. I've talked about that. I do believe it's a legality thing, why they don't. But this is indeed the PlayStation version. They did tweak it. It's not just a one-to-one port, as the original release didn't run optimally, but they've gone back and they've tweaked some things to make it run more optimal on the Evercade, load times. And so, you know, there's going to be people that might be disappointed with it being the PlayStation version. But you know what? I think it looks pretty good. There's lots of different control options. You can tweak the controls and make it run the way you want. But I know because this is a PC classic, there's going to be people that are going to wish it was the PC version. And, you know, having that option of control, you know, for many people is going to be an issue. But you know what? I think with 1 and 2 being remastered, that is definitely the strength of this collection. And you know what? When Duke Nukem went 3D, I know a lot of people, they grew up with this. And, you know, there's many people are connected to this game. Then you have the second collection, which includes Duke Nukem Advance, Duke Nukem Land of the Babes, and Duke Nukem Time to Kill. And so these are the 3 games that I probably have the least experience with. As you know, for me, I was playing other games or playing Doom. You know, for some people, you might have grown up with these. As you know what, Duke Nukem continued to have different offerings on different platforms. There was also, I do believe, 0 Hour on the N64. And so here it is. And so this is a second collection. And again, these have been tweaked ports, but it's important to note that the Land of the Babes and Time to Kill are the PlayStation versions of the game. I'm really excited about playing Duke Nukem Advance, as I've heard a lot of good things about it. Don't have a ton of experience. This was a Game Boy Advance game that came out in 2002, and even though it took assets artwork-wise from the original Duke Nukem, this is a totally new gaming experience. So new levels, and so pretty awesome. So if you're a big Duke Nukem fan and didn't play this version and didn't know about it, here it is. And so I think that's the strength of the Evercade, where it can take classics from previous consoles, both PC, console, handheld, and put them all on one platform. By the way, these games work on whatever Evercade hardware you're using. Works great on the new Super Pocket. That's a video I did. That new $60 hardware that plays Evercade cartridges. And so going back to this, you know, gosh, it's kind of weird. So this Duke, and correct me if I'm wrong, there's no aiming up and down in this version of Duke. I kept trying to do that with the controls. There is a jump in this Duke Nukem, but it's first person, so that might be something to get a little bit used to. You can't aim up or down, and so your crosshair just stays positioned forward. And so, yeah, you know what? Overall, pretty nice experience. Definitely, you know, a technical marvel for the Game Boy Advance. You know, and so going back and playing this, all these games are licensed, by the way, and both collections are $20, so it's very reasonably priced to pick up these. For sure, the Duke Nukem Collection 1 is my favorite, but having Collection 2 with Duke Nukem Advance, I think, is the strength of this collection. Duke Nukem Time to Kill was made for the PlayStation. Internally, when being made, it was nicknamed Duke Raider, as it has a lot of Tomb Raider similarities. This is a Duke Nukem game in third person, and for some people that's going to be a deal breaker. But you know, for me, not having a ton of experience with this game and going back, it's not bad. You know, for me, I'd rather play Duke Nukem probably first person. But actually, you know, the reviews of this original release weren't bad. It did sell enough to get a PlayStation Greatest Hits release. And you know what? I think for a lot of people, this is going to be a good game and well worth visiting. You know, it's nice to see the Evercade get, you know, 32-bit games. And you know what? Not bad. So of the third-person perspective games, Time to Kill is the better of the two versus Land of the Babes. To me, Land of the Babes just didn't cut it. There might be some people that remember playing this one. This one came out in 2000, and to me, it's just a little too clunky. There's a little bit too much Tomb Raider aspect of this. I'd rather play Tomb Raider. But, you know, going back, I'm glad it's included here. I would have loved to see 0 Hour as well, the N64 release. I'm sure there was licensing issues why that wasn't included. Land of the Babes only has 16 levels, and so it's a little bit shorter, I do believe, than Time to Kill. But here it is. You know, for people that want to experience it, here you go. And for $20, having a collection of 3 games, not bad. I think the first collection's better, and that's the one I recommend. And thank you for watching this video. You folks are wonderful and beautiful. This is the Immortal John Hancock, and you take care.